Terry Blackburn here. I have a property portfolio worth over £10 million. I've built and sold multiple companies, some in seven-figure deals. I wrote two successful books, one won awards all over the world. All of these awards behind me are national and international awards for some of my companies. Coach people one-on-one, and I run masterminds. Now, if you like what I talk about in this session, if you listen to my podcast, you follow us on Instagram, you follow the YouTube page, if you like what I talk about and I resonate with you and you can relate to me, jump on my website, which is terryblackburnproperty.com. All of the different services that I have is on there. I'd love to work with you and I'd love to help you get to where you want to be, whether that's in property, whether that's in business, whether it's in sales, goal setting, whatever it is that you want to achieve and want to learn. I'm your man. Enjoy the rest of the episode and speak soon.
So hi and welcome to the Rags to Riches show with myself, Terry Blackburn. So assisted sales. These are a fantastic property strategy that you can use to get lumps of profit, and there's loads of benefits, things like no mortgage involved, lower capital needed, no stamp duty. They're a fantastic strategy if you can find them. Yeah? So let's talk about what an assisted sale is first of all. So effectively, an assisted sale is where you assist the vendor in selling the property. Assisted sale, right? So generally these are properties that need work and the vendor is trying to sell the property. They've had it on the market for some time, and let's say if it's for 100 grand, they're trying to sell the property but it just will not sell for 100 grand. Okay? There's obviously a problem, and it's normally because the property needs so much work. Yeah? So they're trying to sell for 100 but they can't. So you view the property, see that it's been on for some time, and you come up with a solution for the vendor. And generally do this on email. I teach in my masterminds how to do this fully via email. Generally the emails go, I can get you the 100 grand that you want, but I need 6 months to get you there. So what I'm prepared to do is I'm prepared to refurbish the property at my cost. You might spend 10, 15 grand doing it up. I'm going to refurbish it at my cost. But anything over the 100 that I've agreed with you, I'm going to keep. Yeah? But if you leave it the way it is, it might sit on the market for another 6 months anyway. So, you're actually better off doing it this way. I can guarantee you get the money that you want. Maybe if it's on for 100, depending on the figures, of course, you might want to chip it down a little bit. But you get the point. You just got to do your maths on it, ultimately. Whatever you can get away with paying them, you've got to build in your refurbishment cost, and any surplus, any profit over and above that you keep. So the benefit to the vendor is that you can get them the number that they want or close to it. They just need 6 months. The benefit from you is all your outlay really is the refurbishment cost. So if you can get these deals at the right price and the vendor's happy to do this, then you don't need mortgages, you don't need to pay a stamp, you're just going to refurbish a property, put it back on the market and resell it, and then ultimately the vendor gets their money, you get the profit over and above what you paid them. So that's as simple as they can be. It's a really simple strategy. It's just like doing a flip, but there's no mortgage and no stamp, and you're not technically completing on the property. You are exchanging generally, depending on the level of trust and if you know these people. Some people do it without exchanging. That's a little bit risky. I generally always exchange. Agree a price in the 6 month time. Do the work as quick as physically possible because time is money in these ones. Soon as you exchange, then do the work. So have a team lined up, do the work. Don't want to be spending more than sort of 20, 25 grand really. I wouldn't be doing no like extensions, no planning permission, nothing crazy like that. These are light refurbishments. I like to stage the properties so they're looking good for the photographs and get it on the market at a sensible price as long as you're making profit as quick as possible. Therefore, I'm going to put in generally, 10, 15, maybe even 20 grand at a push refurbishment. Some legal costs, I might be all in for 15, 20 grand. Then if I can resell it on and make 30, then I'm making a little bit of profit, right? So assisted sales are that simple. Now, they're not easy to find. A couple of little tips on this. It's on Rightmove, Zoopla, on the market, Property Filter, all of the typical sites. Just filter for longest listed, so ones that have been on the market the longest. Look for the ones that need work, Then when you see what they're on for, do a couple of price comparables and look, right, well, it's probably priced wrong, or it's, you know, it's a little bit higher. That's probably why it hasn't sold. That gives you a little bit of an indication. If it's not priced very well, it's been on the market a while and it needs work, they're your target for assisted sales, right? Then you swoop in, then you go in and view the property, and then you need to be finding out some information from the vendor, getting them onto email, doing email negotiation like I teach in the mastermind. I'm not going to give you the email script today, obviously. That's taught in the mastermind. But then you get them into a conversation and you come up with the win-win solution. You need to then start the negotiations. And it doesn't work every time, of course, but a lot of the time it does. It matters what you say in the negotiation. It matters what their driving factors are. Yeah? But these are a fantastic strategy. They don't cost too much money. They're relatively low money down. You don't need mortgages. You don't need stamp duty. You don't pay stamp duty. And you can do volume of deals. Because if you agree to buy a flip, let's say, you agree today, by the time you get a mortgage due, it's going to be 3 months. By the time you do the work, it might be another 2 or 3 months. That's 5-6 months in. Then by the time you resell it, it's another 3 to 6 months. So it could take you a year to do one flip. Whereas with an assisted sale, you can exchange contracts in 3 weeks, do the work in 2, you're 2.5 months in, then resell it. It might take 6 months, worst case. So you're shaving 3 months to 6 months off the time it takes to do a flip. And it doesn't cost you. You're not putting a deposit down here. You're not putting a 25% deposit down like you would do on a flip. You're not paying stamp duty. You're not paying mortgage fees, arrangement fees, valuation fees, admin fees, and broker fees, and all that. So you're saving money and you're saving time. You just need to learn how to find these deals. Certainly need to learn how to negotiate these deals to lock them in and secure them. And you've got to hunt for them. You've got to put the time in. You've got to do volume of viewings. But once you learn how to do them, they are a fantastic profit strategy to use in your property investments. So thanks for listening. That's all I'm going to give you today. If you're interested in assisted sales, reach out. I'm happy to try and help you if I can. I would do teach this in detail. And I give you my email templates, scripts, how I find them, how I maximize profit. I give you examples and everything within the mastermind and my one-to-one coaching. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something, and I hope you've learned how fantastic of a strategy assisted sales are. And remember, don't just take notes, take action.